What's up, Snoochies to the Gucci's? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is our patron pick of the month for January, Chasing Amy. The only Kevin Smith movie I haven't seen. No, actually, I haven't seen Clerks 3 yet. So one of two Kevin Smith movies I haven't seen. And the first Kevin Smith movie you will ever watch.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was a Kevin Smith reference at the beginning. Okay, I was very confused. Yeah, never seen a Kevin Smith movie, so this will be our first.
This is going to be interesting. I know that typically Kevin Smith films have a certain amount of self-referentialism. I think that's a word. Probably isn't. And this is part of what is considered to be the View Askew-niverse.
Bless you.
The View Askew-niverse.
I genuinely have no idea what
it's
you're trying
Kevin
to
Smith's
say.
MCU. View Askew and Universe. But you take the U at the end of
What
askew.
What is askew about it?
Because his view is askew. It's how Kevin Smith
different.
sees the universe.
He's like, guys, I'm so different. I'm going to name my cinematic universe.
100% that's what it is. And it's not so much that he is
We're not
so
off to a great start.
It's that when Clerks came out in the 90s, that's how people talked about him. It was like, oh my God, this guy is doing something different.
So it was like She-Hulk. He didn't start it. Someone else started it. And he was like, yeah, that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That's a little better then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he went around and be like, guys, I see the world super different. You're going to love my movies.
No, in fact, I would say the opposite. Kevin Smith, if you listen to his podcast, will tell you that he has the most basic white girl, views on the world. Mm-hmm. He is the most, if you had to distill the general audience into a person, I feel like Kevin Smith is the safest bet. He's pretty easy to please. Mm-hmm. He writes really great movies. I've seen him live in almost all of his shows. Mm-hmm. I am a big Kevin Smith fan. I just have never seen this movie for some reason, and I don't really know why. But we're about to watch it right now. I'm glad our patrons were like, y'all are bi. You guys should watch the Kevin Smith lesbian falls in love with a straight man movie. And I was like, sure.
Why not?
Let's do it. If you want the full length reaction, go over to patreon.com/nerdynightly. The patrons are the ones that pick this. And if you go join in the next week here, you're going to get to pick the February pick of the month, which is going to be something romantique. Snoochie Boochie. So the movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is about them going to Hollywood to stop Hollywood from making a Blunt Man and Chronic movie.
Oh, okay.
And then Jay and Silent Bob reboot. They go to stop them from making a reboot. So they rebooted the movie. It's meta humor. It's very funny.
Okay.
It's a good movie. The comments on this video, there's going to be some comments that are like, I cannot believe Nerdy likes Kevin Smith movies.
Why?
He's very controversial. People either think he's brilliant or that he's the worst filmmaker ever.
Okay.
Nobody thinks that Clerks is bad, right? Clerks is generally beloved, but people think that he has not made a good movie since, which I firmly disagree with. But there's two camps on Kevin Smith.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It's you.
I love this book, man. This shit is awesome. I wish I was like these guys, getting stoned, talking all raw about chicks.
Wait, he was in American History X.
Oh, is that the same guy?
I think it's him.
Also, he looks so young.
Right?
So weird.
So basically, you just trace.
It's not tracing, all right?
No. You go over what he draws with a pen, all right? That's tracing.
Not really.
Gotta love the confidence of a man at Comic-Con. Hey, it's Casey Affleck.
Somebody draws...
Wow, he looks so young. The audacity of a white guy at Comic-Con trying to tell a professional what their job is.
Oh, he's unparalleled.
I'm not gonna let them see you fucking tracer! I'll trace a chocolate around your dead fucking body!
I miss old Comic-Con. It's so corporate now. I miss the days when artists would fight with...
brawl in the aisles.
He started it, fucking cockknocker!
I haven't seen a good Comic-Con fight since I was 15.
Tragedy.
True tragedy. Yeah, it is Ethan Stanley. He's Suppley.
Huh.
It's weird that we have back-to-back weeks of him on the channel.
Come on. That's a bunch of horse shit. Hey, no, Calrissian was a black guy, you know. He got to fly the Millennium Falcon. What's the matter with you?
Who said that?
I did.
I love that he wasn't even here for the whole speech.
Also, that room is not large enough for him to be like looking all over the room.
The blackest brother in the galaxy, Nubian god.
What's a Nubian?
Shut the fuck up.
Fair.
Had Phantom Menace come out yet?
No.
And they gon' bust up Vader's hood, the Death Star. Now what the fuck do you call that?
Intergalactic Civil War?
Gentrification.
It's a take. It's a take.
They trying to tell us that deep inside, we all wants to be white.
Well, isn't that true?
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck is happening in this movie?
Sorry, what did you say about missing old Comic-Con?
This did not happen.
I don't know. You only went to Comic-Con in Canada.
That's true.
You didn't tell me you were gonna scream black rage. I nearly pissed myself.
I mean, shouldn't the cops be busting your head open right about now?
Wrong coast.
Wrong coast.
Condones, honey, they insist. I need to sell the image to sell the book. It was written by you know. When you say it, it sounds so sexy.
Hey. I'll play your victim, but not your catcher, all right? Chick stuff, but cute. What?
Sorry about him. He's dealing with being an anchor.
This is the most 90s movie.
Truly, yeah.
Do the Garden Staters have to sprint to the Lincoln Tunnel, or can you stay for a round in the big, scary city?
We're gonna go.
We'll go.
The number of drinks I've ended up at because my boy was like, she's cute, please come. And I'm like, fine.
Fine.
Suddenly I'm in Brooklyn at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, can we please go back to the apartment now? She's not gonna sleep with you.
That's why Jughead wears that crown-looking hat all the time. Be the king of Queen Archie's world.
And I'm going to prove to you beyond the shadow of a doubt that Archie is all about pussy. Come on.
This boy is conflicted.
Yeah, if it matters to you that much.
I've seen Riverdale. That boy is at least bisexual.
At least. Bare minimum.
But do you know the epic highs and low lows of high school football? I've never even seen the show, but I just see that line everywhere.
Probably why the extended family quit inviting me to first communion parties.
You play bags?
Not professionally, you know, only in bars.
As a survivor of the Catholic school system, I find that joke very funny.
You gotta respect that kind of display of affection, you know what I mean? Sure, it's crazy, it's rude, it's self-absorbed, but,
This is such an impressive shot. Long cuts of this like, I just love this kind of filmmaking.
Yeah.
This is why I love Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah, fair.
Tell your friend to calm down.
Like, this is why, yeah, fuck.
Insane! Archie is not fucking Mr. Weatherby!
see that dent in the hood of your car?
Son of a bitch!
They fucked on it so hard, they dented it?
Miss Alyssa Jones.
A little bit.
She's all right.
As long as that's all.
Why doesn't he just tell her that she's a lesbian? Tell him that she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Why be ominous about it?
That's a boob. But only one.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best streetlights you've ever drawn.
It's the one from across the street from the post office.
These two blowing their smoke at each other is the most... I fucking hate cigarette smoke, and this is like the worst version of it.
Yeah.
A weird thing for Canadian melodrama.
But a weird thing for girls who say a boot.
Kevin Smith is obsessed with Degrassi. No, it's a thing.
Alyssa from last night, Alyssa?
How do you begin and end a question with the same word like that? You got skill. Yes, that one. She asked me to invite you. Now here's the part where you say,
I'll be there.
thought so. 10 o'clock later.
Uber is officially fucking with him.
Yeah. Well, the party's at a place called Meow Mix.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hook up myself.
Told you, it's not that kind of club.
You have no idea what kind of club it is.
How you gonna get home when I hook up, huh?
Like that'll happen.
Oh, let me explain something to you.
That's Ben Affleck. If he wants to get laid, he'll probably get laid. Look at him.
I don't know. You might have to change the facial hair first.
That's true. I'd still fuck him with that facial hair.
I'm happy for you.
This girl loves me, my friend. Loves me. You know what I'm saying?
She loves me.
I don't think that Hooper made that clear to you at all.
No. The audacity of a white man. Unparalleled.
So where's your better half?
Taking a piss. Guy's got a bladder like an infant.
That's funny. He says you're hung like an infant. There's something you should know.
She got a boyfriend.
Well, no.
Then what's to know, my friend? What's to know?
When someone says there's something you want to know, wait the 5 seconds.
Yeah. It'll
So you know the Tri-Town area?
Quiz me.
Miller Hill.
Wrote my name on the wall.
Sandy Hook.
I just need to look at the one person in the pineapple shirt in the background's haircut to know that I'm in a lesbian bar.
Best. Quick style.
My best friend fucked a dead guy in the bathroom.
You know that girl?
I did before she was committed.
That's the plot of the first Clerks movie. Yeah. All of this happens in the same universe.
Wow. One friend in the asylum, the other friend in the grave. You're a dangerous person to know.
This is a fun way to do tie-in stuff for a franchise, to just have it be a character's background, but like, if you know it, you know it.
And if you don't, it doesn't matter.
Because it's still interesting that she knows 2 dead people. Or 2 girls, well, 1 dead, 1 had sex with a dead person.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know is
Ben Affleck is down bad.
she'll come up here and treat us to some of her vocal stylings. What do you say, Alyssa?
I say I get uncomfortable when people are chewing gum on stage.
Yeah. That's definitely.
Alyssa. Look, there's some dated stuff, but I dig this so far.
Yeah, no.
It's fast-paced. The dialogue is great. Obviously, there's some language that you would not use now.
This is for that someone special out there. Ready?
Does she ever stop smiling? Like,
I think she's high. I feel like modern movies don't do... Obviously, all of this is muted for YouTube, but...
right. That's true.
I feel like modern movies don't do the, like, we're going to have our character sing a whole song in the movie anymore.
Yeah, no.
Like, Scotty Doesn't Know from Eurotrip is such a good moment.
Sure.
Oh, God, we have to watch Eurotrip. I want to feel something inside of me.
Mm-hmm. Ben!
What?
Are you okay?
The look on his friend's face.
Oh, wow. Took him a second. That's good.
Now that, my friend, is a sheer moment.
There's a point where you just leave.
Yeah, like, why are you sticking around?
Well, now his friend's interested.
I have to sit here and work up the desire to fuck you later.
You said fuck. She said fuck. You said fuck to that girl. You said that you'd fuck her.
No, Banky, I've never used a strap-on.
You should.
They're fun.
The term fuck was something like fist?
In a way, not noticing that bored look in her eyes.
Hey, I always notice that bored look in their eyes, all right?
You know, as stupid as you usually come off during this little diatribe of yours, you're gonna come off 10 times as stupid on this occasion.
If I can't do something right, I shouldn't do it at all. Of course, my father told me she gave a lousy head, but that's beside the point.
No, I don't do it because I'm really bad at it.
They never tell you what to do, right?
Look at face.
Dude, if you are bad at sex, don't tell people you're not having sex with.
Yeah.
You're just telling on yourself.
And out of nowhere, her cat jumps on her stomach and she does this big old pelvic thrust, cracks my tooth, and sends it down my throat.
How did a pelvic thrust knock your tooth?
He grabs my hair and pulls me way back hard.
Senior year.
See, lesbians and straight men, they have so much in common.
And my left knee is cut up to shit. Like a kitty scissors glass cutting over paper dolls.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ben, your idiot best friend is flirting better than you are right now.
Traffic, it's 1:30 in the morning.
And rush hour starts in 6 hours.
Since you like chicks, right? You just look at yourself naked in the mirror all the time?
Yes.
Bunch of guys that need dick, you know, just plain need it. That I get. Bullshit posturing.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
think you might be bisexual. If you make the statement, everyone needs dick, then
Yeah.
look at young Matt Damon. Goddamn.
Are we in business?
I think there's a lot of contract work you got to figure out before that.
No, that's like the first meeting. Like, are you at all interested in making a cartoon?
How much?
It's about a guy who comes to this club and hightails it when he finds out. Ready for this? This girl is gay.
To be fair, you were making out in front. I would have left too. I'd be like, hey, you guys are doing something that I'm not a part of. I'm not just gonna sit here and watch. Like,
No, but like, she comes back afterwards, just like, hey, still like you, don't want to.
Oh, 100%.
But
I just think her being like,
is not
you
weird.
left the club at 1:30 in the morning while I was making out with my girlfriend is a weird accusation.
No, I think she's
the
just
way he
teasing.
left was bad too.
Well, yeah.
He should have just been like, hey, it looks like you guys are about to go have sex that I'm not invited to. Have fun.
Yeah.
But it's 1:30.
Yeah.
Immediately live into a stereotype of some sort. And I want you to feel comfortable with me. Because I'd really like us to be friends.
This is great communication.
This is wildly mature for the 90s.
Yeah, truly. Nobody's screaming, like...
I think virginity is lost when you make love for the first time.
With a member of the opposite sex?
Why? Why only then?
Because that's the standard. Let me tell you.
There's language in this movie that is not progressive, but there are like the deeper meaning of the conversations is very weirdly progressive for mid-90s.
Oh, totally.
Like, I'm not saying Kevin Smith nailed it, but he got way closer to the conversation that this movie is trying to have than I think any other 90s movie I've seen has done, especially written by a white man.
Yeah, I also think it's less about, like, even whether or not Kevin Smith nailed it, I don't think that really, like, I don't know, they're people, they're like humans. So even if the characters don't nail it, like, that doesn't mean that, like, his vision for it.
Oh, I just mean that, like, there's a way to do this that is, like, purely just,
Finger? Okay. had my finger up my ass,
To make
I
it
wouldn't say I've
exotic
had
to
anal
sell?
sex.
Okay.
You're kidding me. How? Yeah, but I mean, Jesus, doesn't that hurt?
Sure, but in that good way.
Not when it's my hand. It's like passing a basketball.
I wouldn't even put my hand up there. I don't know. I know it's like there are like more like nuanced ways to have this conversation, but I just think like they feel just like normal fucking people, you know?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I just mean that like the movie is taking its subject matter seriously and isn't just like titillating. And I think that that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Sometimes a steamy letter will do, sometimes, not often, but sometimes. I like the idea of a chick with a horse.
Like, no.
Hi.
So for our younger viewers, this is a phone booth.
It says phone on it. I think they could figure that out.
I know. I'm just being it as.
And he finally did some of his own mounting.
What are you doing?
I think I want kids of my own one day. They're fun.
Explain this again.
How did you have grown up on the shore and never played skee ball? What did you do with your youth?
Yeah, I don't buy someone. This is the first thing I don't buy about this movie.
That
Someone from New Jersey does not know what skee ball is.
Just toss one. I'm sorry there, man. She's a little new at this.
And this is where you take straight chicks on dates. 10.
Very nice. So what'd you do last night?
Got laid.
Get it together, Ben.
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's Chris Evans' sweater from Knives Out. Hi, can I borrow your child for a second? I want to play a joke on my friend. That looks like something we would have baked on YouTube in 2020.
Probably, yeah.
Can you tell it's been a long time since I... How crazy would this movie be if she died right there? Like her head stuck to the pavement and the rest of
It's
it...
actually like a depressingly sad movie.
The M. Night Shyamalan twist of it all.
Try not to gay bash it, all right? You're not that kind of guy. And don't call her. She's a lesbian. Okay?
Hey, look at that maturity. A little bit of character growth. This is such weirdly, like, progressive, like, a good form of masculinity to show how to engage your friends in a conversation about growing up.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck isn't being aggressive. He's being honest and calm about it. He's not rising to his friend's, like, mood about it.
Yeah.
Over here we got Santa Claus, and up here, the Easter Bunny. Which one is going to get to the $100 bill first?
Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus. If he can cross the entire world in a night, he can get to the $100 bill first.
Bitch, all that important?
Because I'm fucking in love with her, man, okay?
This movie's really good.
Man.
I've got a little business to conduct.
They have like half their food left.
Make no mistake about it, my friend. It is a gift from me to you, so you'll always remember us. Why are we stopping?
Because I can't take this.
Can't take what?
I love you. I can't look into your eyes without feeling that longing you only read about in trashy romance novels.
You know exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is so similar to the conversation we had before we started dating. Slightly different circumstances, but like the same conversation.
We can't hang out anymore, then that hurts me.
Deck 8 of the Norwegian Bliss. It was a nicer night.
It was.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was also not nighttime.
Yeah, it was the middle of the day. And we had gelato.
Yeah,
But everything else, pretty similar.
And I would risk this friendship for the chance to take it to the next plateau. Because it is there between you and me. You can't deny that.
It was a good speech.
Yeah.
Good performance. You crushed it.
But I am forever changed because of who you are and what you've meant to me. Well, I do appreciate it. I'd never need a painting of birds bought at a diner to remind me of.
Damn, that's a good line.
Nailed it.
The movie went out of its way, though, to show the actual change that he went through.
Yeah.
Like, God, this script is really strong.
Yeah.
If this is a crush, I don't think I can take it if the real thing ever happened.
Go home, Holden.
He's so cheesy.
He's an artist.
Yes. We are a dramatic bunch.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad our conversation ended better than this, in that you got up and left and then,
It's like, you know
I
what?
didn't chase you.
Give me a few days.
I can't imagine this goes the way ours did, though. Because this is like the end of what I think I know about this movie. I don't actually know what happens from here on out.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't that, certainly. I mean, I feel like 90s Ben Affleck. There's a lot of lesbians I know who probably would have fucked 90s Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like an average man.
Yeah, sure.
It's Ben Affleck. Like, like, I don't know if this movie's long enough. We need to... What the fuck did they do? Why is there mustard all over him? What is this fucking outfit?
I had to throw something on.
But he stopped to put socks on?
This is all gonna end badly.
You don't know that.
I know you. You're way too conservative for that girl. She's been around and seen things we've only read about in books.
I've read about them, so we're prepared.
When you guys are walking in the mall and both your heads turn out a really nice-looking chick, it's gonna eat you up inside.
No, it won't. You'll be fine. It's not hard. Just invite her over. Have some wine ready.
Yeah, the worst is she's like, nah.
I'm gonna go get a bagel. Clean off my fucking couch so I can watch TV.
Fair request.
Yeah.
But also, so did they have sex, go to the bedroom, put boxers on in the bedroom? Were there boxers in the living room? Or was she wearing boxers? Because I don't think that her pants had room for boxers.
Here's to the both of you.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here to say our goodbyes.
Jesus.
Here she lies. No one knew her worth.
I'm a guy. I mean, you're attracted to girls.
I see you've been taking notes. Historically, yes, that's true.
So sexuality is a spectrum, right? And
You, the one least likely. I mean, you were a guy.
Still am.
because I got here on my own terms. And I have no question there was some place I didn't look. And for me, that makes all the difference.
Fuck, that was a great scene.
Yeah. Damn.
It is. It really is a movie about the like lack of bi visibility in the 90s. Because I do love what it is about them that brought them together is not a physical connection, but it really is the like. You know, I was gay because of reasons, or you know, I was in the closet for reasons. Mm-hmm. But then I ended up in this position with the person who was the right person for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
She fucking drops to her knees and just starts sucking them off right in front of me like I wasn't even there, man. I almost died.
Yeah, this is a guy whose story I would definitely believe.
Totally believable.
This guy saw Back to the Future and was like, that's my fashion sense.
He's full of shit.
Coey's a lot of things, all right? But an exaggerator, he's not. The dude's Catholic.
She's never even been with...
The dude's Catholic. Yeah, Catholics, the honest religion.
Oh, it's not possible that she's all crudded up? Coey, I can vouch for, is clean. The dude never got laid.
You're grasping at straws here.
Fucking mention that Alyssa looks a little peaked from now on. I'll put your fucking teeth down your throat.
Yeah, you crossed a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Batman. I wouldn't try. You will lose that.
I've been working out, you know.
You lies, dick boy. I'm working out.
I do think he is a bit homophobic.
Yes.
You make it sound like me and him were dating.
Don't kid yourself. That boy loves you in a way that he ain't ready to deal with.
I love that the antagonist of this movie is that friend from high school that never grew up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Banky's got a pretty good bullshit detector. He's not known for believing misinformation.
So what if it is true? Would that bother you?
Sex with multiple partners.
I would be bothered, but not that she had a threesome, but that...
Just be like, why did you lie to me? Yeah.
Why did you lie to me so much?
Yeah.
Like, if you had told me that you were a virgin, and then I found out that you weren't...
Yeah.
After we started dating, I'd be like, why? Like,
yeah.
And if you're willing to lie about that...
What else are you willing to
lie about? What
lie
are you lying about?
Yeah.
See that man right there? He the devil. Understand? Never take your eye off the man. What is it about gay men that terrifies the rest of the world?
Great question.
It's a really good question.
Bullshit, and let them live under the delusion that they rock in my world. Till I can't stand them no more, then I hit them with the truth.
Hey, I know we're starting to... This seems like the right venue to ask you...
About your sex life.
Have you ever had your back blown up by two guys? Sorry, everybody. Sorry, I know we're in public.
So, that was until recently, right?
Yeah.
You were so good at communicating.
I know, you did some good work.
If you don't start using that whistle, I'm gonna jam it straight up your ass. Right? Subtler ways of badgering a witness. Am I right?
Jeez, man. Even I knew what you were getting at.
Information on me, Holden. All you had to do was ask. I would have gladly volunteered it.
But he did ask, and you lied.
I'm trying to remember, like,
I have a hard time, remembering whether or not...
Do you mean to tell me that while you have zero problem with me sleeping with half the women in New York City, you have some sort of half-assed, mealy-mouthed objection to pubescent antics that took place almost 10 years ago? What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want us to be something that we can't be.
And what's that?
A normal couple.
Boo. Boo. Like...
Fuck you, Holden.
Yeah.
But it's complicated, right? Because if he was upset that she lied to him...
Yeah.
I would be on his side.
No, but it's not even really that for him. It's that I wanted to be the only one.
Yes, and that's where it's like, oh, fuck.
You're like, God damn it. Yeah.
You're an adult. Do you really want to have sex with a virgin? Like, it's not great, right? Like, and so, yeah. I can't be on board with why he's upset.
Yeah.
But, like, I would have been like, why the fuck did you lie to me so much? What was this conversation on the swings about how, like, you're not a virgin because of emotional penetration, but you've never been... Like, she did lie to him.
Yeah.
Which is just weird once you're dating someone. Just be honest. It's how you have a good relationship with someone. But crying because your girlfriend had sex 10 years before you started dating is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, take a look at the issue.
That's Kevin Smith on the right.
Oh.
This is Jay and Silent Bob. They're in all of the movies. They're like connective tissue.
Come on, man. I'm people who know people.
You sound like Barbara Streisand. Alyssa Jones.
Holy fucking shit. Finger cuffs? You're dating finger cuffs, you silly son of a bitch?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. I love her, you know, but she has a past.
And I'm wildly insecure.
Yeah, truly.
I look at her, I see kids, I see grandkids.
You're scaring me.
Did you know I always wanted to be a dancer in Vegas? Huh? Bet you didn't even know that shit, did you?
It's always weird when he talks.
And I ask about the ex-boyfriend, which, as we all know, is a really dumb move, but you know how it is. You don't want to know, but you just have to know, right? Stupid guy bullshit.
Is he eating the sugar?
It's too late, man. She moved on. And all I had to show for it was some foolish pride, which then gave way to regret. So I've spent every day since then chasing Amy.
That's the name of the movie. That might be the best monologue I've ever seen Kevin Smith give.
That's great.
That wasn't just as himself.
Mm-hmm. Did not touch the bagels.
Because if you touch it in one take, you have to eat it in every take.
Yep.
And bagels are expensive.
Shut up, bitch. Man, why do you always have to tell that fucking gay story for?
Man, shut up.
You shut up, you fat fuck.
Why is he staring at this guy, Scott with the mustache?
And straight people.
Straight people. Just so insecure. Like, it's so insecure.
I know.
It's wild. And, like, I was that insecure when I was, like, 16.
Yeah. When you're, like, a kid.
I'm impressed she showed up.
You're in love with me.
What?
We've been together so long, we have so much in common.
Oh, I gotta get going. The last few minutes of Little House.
You guys are probably asking yourselves the same question that I've been going over and over in my head the past few weeks.
Is he about to try and have a threesome with them?
And then you, Panky, you, Alyssa, and I, all of us.
Please don't say it.
This is awful.
We've all got to have sex together.
No, that's not. No, that's such a bad idea. No, you came to all the wrong conclusions.
I mean, look, don't you see? that would take care of everything. Because I'll have done something on a par with all of your experience. And it'll be with you, which will make it that much more powerful.
This is terrible.
And it won't be a total leap for you because a woman will be involved. And when it's over, all that hostility and aggression you feel toward me.
This is such a bad idea. I can see how he got there.
Yeah.
Really? Maybe apologize to her for what you said first. Maybe start with, hey, I'm sorry I was an asshole.
Yeah.
So who's in the middle? He's in the middle,
He's in the middle, yeah. Well, I don't know who's going to want to take it in the ass. Like, if neither of them have ever done it before, that's a bad idea.
They don't go through with this, do they?
Sure.
Oh, no. She leaves. She has to leave. She has to get up and leave.
You know I need this.
No, don't. No. God, I hate this. Oh.
No.
Thank Christ.
I'm with him, though. Thank you. I did not want to watch that sex scene.
I'm telling you, I'll be there. And when it's over, we'll be the strongest we've ever been, because we'll have been through this together. And then we'll be on the same level together.
He's talking about a threesome like they're like going to war together. Like, Jesus Christ.
Truly.
I've been there and I've done it, and I didn't find what I was looking for in any of it. I found that in you.
But you would know if you had listened to her when she was telling you about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's almost like listening is important.
I love you. I always will. Know that. But I'm not your fucking whore.
Does the movie end with them dating?
I don't know.
Holden and Banky? Do they... Well, that went about as predictably as I... I love that he was like, I've thought about all that. And then she laid out all the things he should have thought about.
Yeah.
In doing his thinking.
Yeah.
Got into a fight over the rights or something?
It was a little more complicated than that.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. Quit the biz, I guess.
We didn't have a threesome and then...
No. Not really.
Yeah, that happened to me once.
Da 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 da.
Neil guy, anyway. You do great work on your own.
Look at your line work. Look at all the detail in this douche.
This might be the most chemistry between two people in the whole movie.
Well, keep up the...
That is a professional con dude. He's keeping that conversation going while not paying attention to it at all.
Yeah.
Did Holden die and he just saw his ghost?
No, I don't think so.
Hey, I wanted to say sorry about... Wait, he turned their story into a comic book?
Hi.
Hi.
That's weird.
You might. It's familiar subject matter.
It's literally them. That is so weird.
I don't know.
And he used her name? That's weird.
Who was that? Who was that?
It was the ghost of my ex. The dramatic music makes it seem like he's dead. Like revisiting the people who mattered when he was alive.
Yeah, literally.
Next. So, what do you want to do tonight?
See, that is not the professional con person. When someone comes up to have their thing signed, you don't talk to the person you brought. You talk to the person who's getting this. You give them the signature to.
Exactly.
What do you want to do tonight? Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll sign your fucking book. What do you want to do? The people who buy your book are the reason you have a job.
It's true.
I'm being mean. Interesting. I look. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love the ending.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The like. I don't know.
Okay.
I think that the like asking for a threesome scene, it makes sense.
Yeah, I totally understand why he came to that conclusion.
I still like I feel weird about him writing his apology in a comic book that is their story in which he uses her real name.
Yeah, I mean that's a little bit strange.
He sold his biggest fuck up.
Here's the thing. Artists very often take their own personal lived experiences and turn it into art.
Oh, 100%. But you don't draw her face as her face and use her name. Like,
look, that I agree with. I think that is like for the movie's sake, for us, the audience, to like really like get it.
But if in the comic book her name was Amy, I would get it.
Yeah.
I would put two and two together. Holden is a hack writer. Nothing he comes up with is original. So much so that he is paying Jay and Silent Bob fucking rights because he cannot come up with characters that don't look like them. He literally like bastardized Jay's catchphrase with Snoochie Boochie. And he is now drawing a comic that is just literally drawing scenes from this movie, which is his life. And he's like, he's a hack.
I mean, you said Kevin Smith feels like he's like the most vanilla white boy take on things. So
no, I think Kevin Smith's writing this movie is fantastic.
No,
I don't
agree.
love the ending. I think it works. Like I think I think that there could have been a stronger apology scene at the end, or I think there could have been a more sincere finale for those two characters and their relationship.
Really? I feel
a little
like,
bit.
I think that would have been too like dramatized. Like I actually really like that they see each other again, and they don't hate each other. There were things that went wrong, and they weren't able to make it work, even though they loved each other. Like the feelings were not real, and he was like, give it a read, and if you would like to anytime, you can give me a call. He wasn't like, please, I need you back. He wasn't like, I'm sorry, like throw it, like there was no like big proclamations. It was like, hey, I'm gonna put the ball in your court. I would maybe love to see you again or talk to you again, but I'm not gonna like pressure you. If you are past whatever we had, that's fine. If not, hey, sometimes people just meet at the wrong time.
Okay, I agree with everything that you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
What if he did that by presenting her with a comic book that he didn't sell?
Sure,
it was
yeah.
the only issue, and it was for her.
Look, the comic book part is weird.
The fact that he a
He's
month
like, it's
ago
doing really badly,
and that's what's weird for me is the fact that a month ago he sold their story for profit.
Artists do that all the time.
With her face and her name in it.
Oh, I'm saying that is weird.
That's what throws me off. I actually like the idea of him apologizing by writing her a comic.
Uh-huh.
I think that is really sweet.
Yeah.
But it is the fact that he's like, oh no, it's been out for a month. I self-financed it, printed 500 copies, and if you flip through, it is our exact conversations. I drew your face as much a likeness as possible, and my face as much a likeness as possible, and then I used your real name. That's where it gets... It is weird to me that he's like, I am trying to profit off of me fucking up. And so his apology rings a little bit more hollow because he has like tied a financial aspect to it.
So here's the thing. We know that a lot of people would not be comfortable with that happening, right? Like, I don't think I would want a comic book made of my face and my name of like a thing that I went through, right? I think most people would not want that. But Holden, our character, does not believe that to be true because he pays those two guys. He's like, what do you mean? Anybody would want to be in a comic.
Yeah, but now he owes her a likeness rights for the comic. Like,
they have to keep in contact.
If the comic, there's two versions of it that I think would have just been a little less weird in the final scene. Mm-hmm. One is that it is a comic that is their life drawn with her name, and she's like, oh, I haven't seen this before, and he's like, it's because one. It's because it's for you.
Yes.
That is a very sweet, very like that is a real apology. Mm-hmm. Like, I am not good at communicating, and so I wrote it into a comic and I drew it because this is how I communicate with the world.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Or it's chasing Amy. The girl's name is Amy. It looks similar to them, but it's not an exact one-to-one. And he's like, I kind of like was inspired by her story. It is weird to me that he met in the middle of those two things, and he's like, here, I printed 500 and I am selling the most intimate love story of my life with the real people's names involved. It's weird.
I agree it's weird, but we know from earlier in the movie that he thinks that people want to be in comics. So I'm like, it stands true to the character.
But at least with Bloodman and Chronic, he changed their names. He just took their looks.
Sure.
He didn't write Jay and Silent Bob the superheroes.
Yeah, that part of it is definitely weird.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but we talked throughout the movie that like the conversations that are like being had throughout it are really interesting, especially for the 90s.
Oh no, I think it's great. I think Kevin Smith. Look, I can like pull at that one little thing in the finale, but. There's language in this movie. I think that if you're like, look, I don't feel comfortable listening to certain words, I understand that, right?
That's
it was a different time. A lot of the words in this movie, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but the D word for lesbian that is brought up throughout the movie is a weird one for me because I don't, within the LGBT community, I hear that word a lot, not as a slur.
Yes.
Like, no one in my life uses it as a slur. And a lot of the people who I am friends with who are lesbians
identify.
Are very proud of it, right?
Yeah.
And so it, like that one is a weird one for me because I feel like it's almost like come back around.
Totally.
Where like it wasn't a slur and then it was a slur and then it was a really bad slur and now it's like a term that I mostly hear affectionately.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who like reclaim language, right?
Yeah.
That's I think like it's interesting because it's something we've lived through, and I don't really know any other example in the same sense. But yeah, like language is very powerful, and when a group of people decide that like you can't use this against me anymore, then it means a lot, and it becomes more of a camaraderie thing than other people using it to try and insult us.
I really like this movie a lot. I think that like having struggled through my experience of trying to figure out what my bisexuality meant to me.
We didn't even know what bi was in Calgary. Like
100%, right? That's a thing, right? Like we're from not a small town, but a very rural town. We're
from the Texas,
the biggest rural town in Canada.
Yeah.
And so I think that like what's interesting about this movie is I think that if you look at Alyssa, as a lesbian character, this movie is a little bit weird. But if you take it from like a spectrum kind of view, that I think that you and I are both more likely to view the film through that lens because of our experiences and because of like the experience of what it meant to us trying to come to terms with what our place on the spectrum was.
Yeah.
I think that this movie gets a lot right about that experience and about what like the difficulty of being honest with people about that experience. And like I'm giving Alyssa a hard time in that scene with Holden because I'm like, look, like yes, he is being so insecure and he is handling this so poorly, but you also were not honest with him,
which made it worse.
And it makes it worse, right?
Yeah.
Because look, and maybe the threesome of it all would have always been a problem, but it is so much worse to find out from your friend that not only is your girlfriend lying to you about never having had sex with a man before you, but she actually was having threesomes with men before you.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't be insecure about that. You know me? I don't really give a shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't want you to be I don't want to date a virgin.
But
I'm not interested in that.
There are a lot of men who can't handle
100%. But I would be looking at her going like, why the fuck what are we doing?
Yeah, why did you lie?
Are you in this relationship or not? Because if you she's lying because he's an insecure man, but she's still lying, right?
Sure, but that's what makes I think the movie more interesting and complicated, right?
100%.
Otherwise, it's just his fault, and then you're kind of like, oh god, this is like sad.
But I'm being insecure about that.
Yeah.
And I want to be honest about this. I'm accusing her of lying, but it's a lie that I've told. Because I have also, when I was in the closet, been like, oh no, I don't have sex with men.
Yeah.
And that was not true.
Yeah.
Right? Like I have told that lie before, and there are people in my life who would justifiably be mad at me because I was not honest with them in the relationships that I was in with them.
Right.
There are women that I dated who I did not the exact opposite of this. Because it would be different if I had dated men. I would have to have dated men and lied about having had sex with women. But I don't know.
You dated a woman while lying about having sex with men.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I was in the closet.
Yeah.
About the fact that I was bisexual, right?
Yeah.
And like I struggled with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of the reason why I think I'm pushing back, why watching the movie I pushed back so hard on that lie is not me judging her, but more me seeing a thing about myself that I'm not proud of in my past.
Right.
Right? In that I was not able to be honest with people for a lot of my life about my sexuality and about my experiences.
Yeah.
And that led to me being in relationships where I was not fully honest with my partner.
Mm-hmm.
And those relationships didn't work out, right? And I think that part of the reason why you and I work out as a couple and despite all of the baggage of life is because we're honest and we carry that baggage together.
Yeah.
But I have done what Alyssa did. And so while in the moment I'm looking at her going, yeah, but you lied, I cannot judge that harshly because, I've told the same lie.
Yeah.
And I need to come to terms with that, I think. And I think that I need to not get as defensive watching someone else in the situation that I've been in.
I think maybe that's why it's so powerful because it's like something you can directly relate to, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, it's like watching somebody in a movie go through something tragic or something wonderful that the exact same thing has happened to you. Like, you have this relationship to it that probably not a lot of other people have, right? Like, we are surrounded by queer people because
we're queer.
Because we're queer, and we are also artists. Like, we are in the arts community. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into that, right? But there's probably not a lot of people who can relate to this movie in that same way, right?
No, 100%. And I think that, yeah, it's very powerful. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. I love all of his movies. I've gone to see him live many times, but I think this might be the best one. Weirdly. At least
even though you
in
didn't
terms
like
of
the ending.
Look, I think the ending's I think that Holden profiting off of telling their story is just it's a Will Hinky to me.
Yeah, it's
because
a
he uses
weird.
her real name. Like, it gets into like that is almost
like
creepier than anything else he does in the movie.
Yeah, I almost feel like that moment's supposed to be like meta for the audience, not. I don't know. It's
100%.
I would love to like ask him about that.
That weirded me out.
Yes.
Because I would feel really uncomfortable if one of my exes was like, and this is a comic book about the day that Nerdy broke up with me. And I used his real name. And then the last panel is, I'm sorry. And then I sold that publicly. I think that I just found the comic book, the profit. If he had just handed it to her and she had been like, just keep her line. I haven't seen this on the shelves. It's because it isn't. This isn't publicly available. This is for you.
This is for you. Yeah.
That would have made it so much less different. And so I just kind of like my hackles went like, why would you use her face in that comic?
Yeah.
You don't know that the last thing she did was slap you across the face, and you are using her likeness for profit.
It also feels
weird to me.
Very like kind of slimy arts folk type to like try and sell the comic better by having her naked on the cover. With a towel covering it up.
Well, that's just 90s comics, though. That is very honest to the style of the time.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that also factors into it. You know, where you're like, oh, what the fuck? Is that me? Like,
yeah.
You know, that's weird. I agree.
Is that
part
me
of
in
it
a towel, yeah.
is weird.
Yeah, can I throw out a funny, story about this movie?
Yes.
Kevin Smith, the rights were sold for this in different ways. And one of them was that there is a manga adaptation of this that was released in Japan. And Kevin Smith was shocked to find out that in that manga adaptation of this, there were very graphically drawn and written scenes about her sexual past. So in that version, you'll like flip the page and then there's Alyssa getting like the
Railed
threesome
by
scene.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Also, like a manga in like Japan?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what Japan was like in the 90s, but
there's a lot of drawn,
like queer stuff.
Well, no, because it would be straight. The sex that was drawn was her like
the sex
sexual
that was
past.
drawn was straight, but like the movie is about people being not straight.
Yeah, but like from that perspective, right? Like I feel I don't know if they changed any of that, but it is a story about a man and a woman, a male-female relationship ultimately, right? Like she has a past of sleeping around.
Interesting. I just
with different, not sleeping around in like with a negative context, but just sleeping around with different genders.
Yeah.
So I feel like and also honestly, manga is one of the few places in Japanese art. Not really, all Japanese art kind of has it, but there is a lot of same-sex relationships in the art of manga that is not that the acceptance of that is not carried over into real people, but because it's drawn, like I think it's called yaoi and it's yaoi and I can't remember what the other one is, but it's like there are entire genres of fiction about fictional relationships between same sexes that are considered very cute, but they are not, that same level of attention and acceptance is not afforded to like real life people within parts of that culture, right?
Okay, I was just curious.
There's still only one city in the entirety of Japan where gay people can get married, and it's not recognized federally. So
yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I was like, it's interesting that this would be okay. Yeah. Cool. Interesting. Yeah, great movie.
I liked it
Definitely
a lot.
Gonna watch more Kevin Smith.
We should, honestly, like...
We need to watch
his
Clerks
movies-
so that you can watch Clerks 3 and we can react to that together.
I would do that. I would do a Clerks 3 reaction. I'll probably cry like a baby. Apparently it's very sad.
Oh.
And I love his movies. I've been very fortunate. I've gotten to see Kevin Smith a few times. Can I tell another Kevin Smith story really quick? So in 2017, I was playing... No, I was in Japan. In 2016, yes, I was playing Shrek in Shrek at the Colorado Fine Arts Center, Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center. And it was like a big, like 9-week contract, very fun. And then there was one Monday where we were dark, which in theater terms just means
there's no show.
Yeah. Where Kevin Smith and Jay were doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. And then afterwards, Kevin Smith was going to do an evening with Kevin Smith. And so me and Danny, the guy who's playing Donkey, we went and saw the show because we're both fans. We were sitting in the back row. We got a little high. We had a great night because it was Colorado, legal. And we did not break the law. I'm saying that on video. And it was an incredible show. Kevin, like... He Q&A'd for like 3 hours. I had to like kick him off stage. It was wild. It was so much fun.
Like, get out.
A blast, right? I go see him live every time I can. And so the next day I show up to the show for the Tuesday evening show. And I go into my dressing room and there's beard hair on my station. And I was playing Shrek, so I was clean shaven, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I go to the producer and I was like, hey, like, was Kevin Smith in my dressing room last night? And so he was like, yeah. So I tweeted at Kevin Smith. I was like, hey, Kevin Smith, this is Shrek from the production whose set you were on last night. Because they performed on our stage in front of our set. And they were like making jokes about it. And Kevin Smith liked the tweet.
Your beard hairs.
You left your beard trimmings. And people were like, did you sell it on eBay? I was like, no, I took a paper towel and I put it in the garbage. Why would I sell his beard hair?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking weird.
Yeah.
But it was weird to show up to my job and be like, you know, warming up. I've got like my fucking like humidifier mask on. And I'm like, is that Kevin Smith's beard hair?
Oh, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm a big enough fan. I wasn't even upset. I was like, this is a cool moment. I'll never forget this.
We'll definitely have to try and like watch his podcast live.
Oh, yeah. I want to go to Hollywood Babylon. Really bad.
Yeah. We should like actually look at dates for that because like every time we go we always like check and it never like works out. So
yeah, because he's so busy with his movies, being on tour, being famous. I'm surprised as a very openly bisexual person. I am surprised at how much this movie worked for me, considering it is not from an author who is LGBT.
Right.
And I think that the quality of the writing is why I'm a fan of his. And this movie is no different. I think that this was really good. And I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to. And I'm kind of glad that I waited until we could watch it together. This was a nice... Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, anyway. I don't know. Great performances. We didn't really talk about the performances, but I thought everyone was really solid.
Yeah, everyone was great.
Banky. Like, I feel like that's a tough part, and he really committed to it, and in a way that made it feel real. And yeah, I love. Sorry, I know I keep talking, but I love that they really. The dialogue showed the growth of the characters and the pushback. Like, I joked, like, the villain is that high school friend who hasn't grown up. But
yes, because he's in the closet.
Well, I don't think that's true. But the pushback of you need to stop being homophobic and him being more homophobic in that moment.
Yeah.
But I felt like he was less homophobic throughout the rest of the movie. Not 100%, but a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like even in like little small ways, all of these characters had arcs and changed visibly and audibly. And it's a good script.
Yeah. No, it's really well done.
You could make it now. But
no, but everybody like feels like human, and I think that's why it works so well, is because it's very real and it's not over dramatized in a way that's like I don't know, weird, and you know, it's not gratuitous. It's not.
It's a little gratuitous.
No, I don't think so.
The language was gratuitous.
Sorry, I mean the sexuality of the characters. Like, you know, there's a lot of media where like girl on girl is like very like fetishized, and it never felt like the movie was like. It felt like the friend, who is, like you said, the antagonist, was that kind of, like, perspective on it, but it never felt like that's what the movie was treating it like.
Well, and I think that part of the reason why that is because the lesbian makeout scene in the bar was not handsier. Like, I feel like they kept... she had the, like, sheer with the black on, but then the woman she was making out with had a
white
t-shirt on.
Yeah.
And I feel like a less... quality movie would have had her make out with a lot more women in the movie.
Yeah.
Because they would have been trying to sell it on that. And, or in that scene, like, they would have been, like, putting their hands up each other's shirts or down each other's pants, right?
Yeah,
but there really isn't any of that. Even, like, the one sex scene that, the flashback black and white sex scenes are so, like, chaste and almost played for comedy each time.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
And then the one time where they do have sex, there's no sexual shots. It is all jokes.
Yeah.
Right? Like the paint on the shirt. I still don't understand the paint on the shirt.
I don't know how the apartment ended up like that, but...
But none of it was... even like when they actually have sex, it's not that important to the movie. The movie is more interested in their conversations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Little crack in the back?
Yeah.
Have we been sitting for too long?
I could use a stretch.
Well, then we're going to end this video here. Thank you, Kevin Smith. That was a great movie. That's one I will definitely watch again. If you like this video, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/nerdnightly for forcing us, literally, because we have to watch this for them, to watch this as the January Patreon pick of the month. This was delightful. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, this was fun. Thank you.
If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is Alyssa, because
who else would it be?
Yeah, I'm hoping that her comic sells better, and she's eating good. You know, hey, one successful issue can launch a whole thing. You know.
Yeah.
If you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
And as always, y'all, do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.
Bye.